Hello there, I'm Urson Russell with Costa Mesa Brief. We are out here today in Newport Beach, California for the welcoming of President Trump down here for a local fundraiser. And as you can see out here today, it is wild. There is not really much of a movement we've seen like this in politics in many, many decades. And so the enthusiasm for President Trump, even after last week and all of the convictions, seems to be unwavering for their support for a president that could basically make America great again. What brings you out here today?
President Trump. He supports us, so the least we can do is support him.
And what do you think about the recent convictions that he faced?
Such BS. Seriously, like, I don't even know what the crime is. Yet there are illegal immigrants killing young ladies, raping young ladies, and they go free. So tell me what President Trump did. Spell it out for me. I'd love to know.
All right, that seems to be what everyone's asking lately, isn't it?
Absolutely, because we don't believe the bogus charges against him.
So it sounds like you're going to be voting for a convicted felon possibly this election.
Felon for president, 2024.
Now that's quite an outfit you have on today. What's inspired that?
Well, it's the closest I can come to a border wall suit. They don't really make it in that metal fencing, but my brick suit will have to do.
Where did you get that thing?
Believe it or not, it's off the rack. It really is. I bought it. I was flying into DC, and I wanted to trigger leftists, so I thought, what can I get besides just like a Make America Great Again hat? And I figured a wall suit. So I bought this, and I was all set to go back east, and the day before I left San Diego, President Trump announced a rally. I'm on Toursville, Pennsylvania. And I'd already been to 2 rallies, so I kind of knew what to expect. So I went to that rally, I wore this suit, he called me up on stage, and ever since then, I've been brick suit.
Wonderful. What brings you out here today, Penny?
I'm a Trumpster fan for years. Love this man, voted for him, I've sent him money. I even got an invitation for an event today, but I didn't have the $250,000 to go. So I decided to come down here in person and just shout USA, go Trumpster.
Is this your first rally to support President Trump?
It is, and if he was having a big rally, I'd be there too.
Nice. And what's the most important issue for you in the upcoming election?
Close the border, build the economy back up, get us independently energy efficient.
So what brings you out here today, sir?
Just here to support Trump. Yep. Came out to show that California is more red than blue, and even whatever the narrative is not accurate, and so we're here to support Trump.
And what do you think about the recent convictions he's facing?
They're all show trials. I mean, they made a felony out of a non-felony. They made a federal into a state. They manipulated all the rules to get whatever outcome they thought they could get headlines with, and it's absurd.
So it sounds like you might be voting for a convicted felon in the November election.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's the most important issue facing you or your family this upcoming election?
Protection of this country and the invasion that we're currently under. So close the borders and put an end to the corruption.
Seems to be a common theme out here with people we're talking to today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see it every day. I see it in the streets. I see it everywhere. It feels far more unsafe than it was 3.5 years ago. It's going in the wrong direction, so we need to do something about it.
What's the most important issue to you in America for the upcoming elections?
Quite a bit. Our economy's horrible. Inflation's up. Our border is insecure. I'm still waiting for him to drain the swamp. So, I just miss having a president who's very open to the people, speaks truth, and loves the American people,
Donald Trump's got to win to save this country.
And what about the recent convictions he's been facing?
Got nothing to do with him being President of the United States, because everybody knows the convictions are politically motivated.
And it sounds like you'd be happily voting for a convicted felon in the upcoming elections.
Not only will I be happy voting for him, yeah, I hope I can vote more than once like the Democrat Party has been doing, because they all represent the symbol of the Democrat Party, jackasses.
And what is the most important issue to you in the upcoming election?
Everything is just as important, starting with the border, the economy, the crime. Everything is all equal out there.
I would definitely see. I would want the border to be up. Yeah.
How about you?
Same with him, the border, and plus lower prices, because Biden jacked all the prices up and everything. Like, he's gonna help bring them down. I already know it.
Trump. Donald Trump, yeah, big time fan ever since he came down those escalators. I knew he was our guy, and you know, I'm a local business owner, and days under Trump were much more pleasant than they are now.
What do you think about the recent convictions that President Trump's been facing?
I think they're all bogus. I'm not, you know, a liberal prosecutor, a liberal judge, a liberal jury. It's a Democratic scam, in my opinion. When the judge's daughter works for the largest campaign office for Joe Biden, how can it be a fair trial? You know, when the judge is donating to Never Trump campaign funds, how is that fair?
And what are the most important issue or issues to you that are facing your family or our country right now?
There's a lot. I actually have a relative that died of fentanyl, 40 years old. So fentanyl, gas, crime, I mean, the list goes on. Ukraine, I mean, the border, I mean, wokeness. Sure. Woke is broke.
What brings you ladies out here today?
Just to show support for Trump. I'm Mexican American. I want to make sure that my face is here.
Okay. And you as well?
Absolutely. I am a mother of 3 children. We have a future that I have to pull for them. I got to show them where I stand. I got to show them how to do it. So I'm absolutely out here to support Trump.
What do you think about the felony convictions he's been facing lately?
They're bogus. What? They're trying to get him on something that 10 years ago that his attorney paid for over prostitution. Meanwhile, the people out in New York are getting, like, women are getting beat up and put into a coma, and Alvin Bragg is releasing people that just killed a cop. I mean, really, that's their priorities. That's where the tax money's going to. It's insane.
How about you?
We have to be here. I'm really here for my children. I decided to take them out of school because I saw all the bull that was going on and the lies that they're being told. So I want them to know what the real history is. I want them to know what they're fighting for, what I'm fighting for, and basically, you know, what this country stands for. And right now, it's not being upheld.
USA! 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 USA!
What brings you out here today, Heather?
Supporting a felon.
How do you feel about the felony convictions and things that President Trump's facing?
Doesn't bother me at all.
And you'll be proudly voting for a convicted felon if he's still found?
Because he wants to make America great again.
What are the most important issues to you in the upcoming election?
Closing the border, for sure. I don't think it's fair to people who have come here legally. I understand they want asylum, but do it legally.
Where are you from, Dan?
Originally in Bucharest, Romania. And I'm from a beautiful country that was destroyed by Marxist communists.
Well, what brings you out here today?
To support our president. A president that stands for America, for liberty, freedom, prosperous economy, and a stable, peaceful world.
What do you think about the convictions he's been facing?
It would make Stalin blush. Total Moscow show trial. Nothing made any sense, and everything was made up, and everything was selective. Even the jurors were told you can pick and choose from the charges.
What's the most important issue facing our country right now?
All the illegal aliens coming in here, and I'm a legal immigrant, and I have no shame in saying that.
You did it the right way.
Aliens, that's right. I did it the right way.
So I come from Iran. I was born and raised there, and it took me 20 years to find safety and peace. Now, I want that for the people of my country too, who are still living there. And with the current government, we can't have it. You know, the Democrats support Iran's Islamic regime so strongly. Obama funds it, Biden protects them. We can't get rid of our government. We're trying to get rid of the extreme Muslims in our country, and they won't allow us. So out with them. Trump needs to come back and let us take charge of our own country, do what we need to do. He is for peace, and the left is not. So.
What impact do you think Iran is having on what's going on in Israel and the Palestine area right now?
Well, Iran has done three things. They have funded, they have provided war plan, and they have trained the Hamas soldiers. So the Hezbollah, that's why the people in Iran are poor, because the government's funneling all the money into the terrorists in the Middle East and creating instability. Unfortunately, when Saddam Hussein was taken out, Iran's government got even more powerful, and they're out of control.
So does Iran have Sharia law?
Yes.
And what do you think would happen to you if you were wearing this outfit in Iran right now?
I would be imprisoned, and my family would probably never actually get my body.
What brings you out here today?
To support Donald Trump, because he's been the president that's proven to care about the people, genuinely cares about saving our nation and our freedoms, and I just want to show him that we're here to support him.
What are your thoughts on the recent convictions that he's been facing?
Because I'm a godly woman, I can't say what I really want to say, but all I will tell you is that it's a sham. It's all just in an effort to keep him off the ballot and to keep him from being able to run as president again, but they're not going to succeed.
What brought you out here today in this fine patriotic outfit you've got?
I'm on the
flags head to toe.
Yeah, head to toe, man. I'm Trump 2024, baby. Yeah. He's going to make America great again.
And you've been a long-term supporter of President Trump, or more recently?
Absolutely. Trump has always been my guy. He's one of the best presidents we've ever had, by far. And if anyone who says otherwise, then they don't know what they're talking about.
Right. And what do you think about all the convicted felonies and stuff he's facing?
At the end of the day, look at all the accomplishments the guy has done. You know, he literally turned down his presidential salary and brought it all to donation. You know, like who else can do that? Other than being a president, he's a very successful businessman that no one can argue that against. You know, and I think Trump uses the rules for himself, you know, and that pisses off a lot of people, which is totally fine. But at the end of the day, he's all right, man, and he's the best president we'll ever have.
And you sound like you'd be proudly voting for a convicted felon if that was the case in November.
Absolutely. If president is found convicted, then I'll have no problem voting for a convicted felon.
What is the biggest issue facing you or your family or our country for the upcoming elections?
Well, the Democratic Party makes no sense, man. What are we doing? Like, if you think about it, it's literally like, look at our schools, look at our children. This country's going to absolute hell because of what's going on. Half of this country literally suffers from mental illnesses, you know? Like, bro, there's only two genders. Abortion is clearly more murder, and like, we can't stand. It's time for this new generation to step up and do something about it before this country goes to absolute waste. You know?
Well, we just came to support Trump, show our love, and show him that he's welcome here in California, and we're grateful for him. And Trump 2024.
Trump 2024. We're grateful to be out here. Beautiful day out here, Newport, and to see all the support that he has, it just makes me happy. And we got to take this country back.
Donald Trump brings me out here today. We're here to support Donald Trump and let him know that Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, Orange County loves him.
Now, there was someone out here with a sign earlier that seemed to be kind of controversial. What was going on with that?
Well, those guys are paid to be here. Those guys are here to rile up the crowd. They're here to get a news shot, and then they're on their way. Those guys are gone already. They don't belong here. They're not from this neighborhood. They're not from this area. One of them had a Planned Parenthood hat, a Gaza shirt, a rainbow shirt. They're not from around here. They don't represent this city. This city is conservative. Orange County, for the most part, is a conservative county.
So what are your thoughts on all the convictions that President Trump was facing recently?
I think it's all bullcrap. It's non-existent. They just rigged it. It's all rigged, just like Donald Trump says.
So are you ready to vote proudly for a convicted felon in November?
I would probably vote for a convicted felon in 2024.
What brings you out here today?
We want to see the 47th President of the United States. Yeah. And the 45th, and in parentheses, also the 46th.
Very good. So what are your opinions of President Trump and his recent convictions?
Well, in my opinion, he was convicted of being the best candidate for the presidency, and that's why they're going after him with this lawfare.
Yeah. Are you someone that would proudly vote for a convicted felon in the November elections?
Absolutely. Every single one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence was a convicted felon based on their signature there, so I think he's in good company.
Now, what is the most important issue for you and your family for the upcoming election? What's facing our country, the biggest threat we've got right now?
For me, it's an anti-Semitic. That's what we've been fighting for, you know, the hate towards the Jewish community. With Trump, we know this is going to be ending. The borders being closing. We need to control the borders so we don't turn into have a massacre like we had in Israel. We don't want that to happen anywhere in the world, but much less in the United States. So we needed Trump to control the border for sure.
What about for you?
Same. I mean, I came here from South America as a child, running away from a lot of criminals, and now they're coming here with no permission, no background, nothing, and just gotta take care of our people here.
What is the most important issue facing you or your family or our country in your opinion?
Just how corrupt the world has become with this president that we have right now. It's just ridiculous.
Sure.
So yeah, and the border, yeah, we got to get that.
That seems to be a big one out here today.
Yeah, definitely.
What brings you ladies out here today?
Trump, baby.
Support for Trump, yeah. Yeah, that's basically, yeah. Keep America great. Yeah.
And what are your opinions of the convictions and things he's been facing lately?
Ridiculous, absolute insanity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. No, it's a sham, in my opinion. Yeah. So.
Are you ladies ready to vote for a convicted felon if need be?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Made us more MAGA than ever before. Yeah. That's right. Street. Jeez. Okay.
Now, what are the most important issues facing your family or America right now?
I am here for my grandkids' future, the grandkids of my grandkids and my grandkids. And he's the first president to ever speak about sex trafficking and human trafficking, and I love him for it.
Just a crime, and just changing. It's sad to be born and raised in California and see where it is now. So, yeah, just to try to get things back on track, be law, abide by the law, and just make everything better, right?
Morals, value, close the borders.
Well, I mean, we're school board moms, so we are, most importantly, we want to protect kids. And so we've done everything from going to school board meetings to having petitions signed for Protect Kids California. Our main goal is to have constitutional freedoms and to have parents' rights. And so that's, to me, that's the most important thing.
The most important thing to me is just to protect our children, protect our daughters, the safe spaces. Women need to have safe spaces without men intruding in on them.
And I would say our borders need to be protected. Our border needs to be protected. We need to stay safe. I'm from Germany. They're taking very many rights away from us right now. I grew up right next to communism. It feels a lot like that right now. So.
And what about the recent convictions that President Trump's facing? How do you ladies feel about that?
I'm voting for a felon. Yeah,
voting for a felon.
You beat me with my next question. So, no, that's okay. It sounds like you're all going to be willing to vote for a convicted felon.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think it'll stick anyways, but even if it did, he can run the presidency from jail for all I care.
Yeah.
What do you think of President Biden? Oh, there we go.
They said no! She said no! Yeah!